What's good, YouTube? My name is Travis J, and welcome to my channel, Thrift Tips and Flips. I'm an online reseller, which means I go to thrift stores like Goodwill's or Salvation Army, or basically anywhere I can find clothing for a low price or valuable items that I can flip on eBay or Mercari for a profit. So in my first video, I basically gave you guys an introduction to myself, to the channel, and basically what I'm going to be doing on this channel moving forward. In my second video, I gave you guys a breakdown on how I prep clothing and take pictures of them before I list them on eBay. Now in this video, I'm going to show you guys how I actually list clothes on eBay. So first, you want to search and find the item that you want to list on eBay. And the only tip that I would give you guys here is to include as many features like color or size as possible. That way your search results aren't all over the place. So once you hit search, you'll be able to see the total of that item in supply on eBay at that moment. So next, you want to filter for pre-owned or used condition. And the reason for this is because if you're sourcing from a thrift store, like 98% of the items that you find are gonna be pre-owned or used condition. Obviously, if you have an item that is new with tags, you will filter for new right here. Next, you want to go back, scroll all the way down, hit see more, and you want to keep scrolling down until you see sold items. Now when you hit sold items, you'll notice that completed items activates with it. Not too sure why. If anybody does know, can you go ahead and let me know in the comments if you will. And the results you get from here are obviously how many of that item have sold within the last 3 months. Once you find the item, we're going to use this one here. You want to click into it and click sell one like this, and this is going to bring you to the page where you actually add your pictures and details and descriptions and stuff like that. Alright, so you want to start by adding and cropping all of the pics that you're going to use for this listing. So that way moving forward, if you want to refer back to the garment to help fill out the details, you'll have everything right here on this one page. There won't be a lot of going back and forth to find details. Next, you want to go down and change the title to match whatever item you're listing. And kind of like the search bar, you want to add as many details and features as possible. One reason is so it'll be as easy as possible for the buyers to find if they're looking for that item. Next, you want to scroll down and change all of the item specifics to match the item that you're currently listing. Now, most of these details will be set from the listing that you copied from before, but you always want to double check to make sure that the information is accurate for the one that you're listing. This section is pretty straightforward. You can find all the information either on the tag or online, but 3 subsections that you want to get familiar with are the themes, the features, and the accents. And you mostly want to get familiar with them because there's a lot of options that could apply to a lot of different clothing. So it would just be easier to learn the list. So once you get a garment, you can just look at it and you'll be able to tell what features, accents, and themes it is. So next, you want to go ahead and scroll down and you're going to fill out the description box. Now, if you notice, the very first line in your description is the same as the title that you typed in. So that's the other reason you want to use as many keywords and features as possible. So when you get to this point of the listing, you'll have half the work done for you already. Now, in the second line, I usually put a brief description about the condition of the garment. I usually try to sell items without flaws at all. But if I do have an item with a flaw and I'm still going to sell it, I would put that detail here just so the buyers can't say that they didn't know that that item was flawed. So next is pricing. And the first thing I always do when I start in pricing is I turn auction off. I personally don't want to take a risk of losing a $100 item to a $1 bid. So I just turn auction off and don't even take the chance. So when it comes to setting the actual price, it's really just more so up to the seller as far as what type of item it is. If it's a new with tag, if it's a vintage, the price might go up or down depending on how the seller wants to sell it, depending on how fast they want the item to sell, and depending on how much they think that they can actually make for that item. I like to follow more of a quick flipping strategy, meaning I want to sell as many items as fast as I can, but at the same time I want to make at least double what I spent for that item, so that way I'm never losing money and my inventory is constantly in motion. Let's say I got this shirt for $2 and my bare minimum on that would be like $4 or $5, but knowing that a t-shirt can go for anywhere from $10 to $20 on eBay, I'm gonna set mine at that high mark at first, in this example $20, and then gradually lower it down to that low mark of $10. Once you pick your price, you'll see right underneath that it says more options. Now this is where you can go in to adjust your offer limits if you want to even open up offers to your buyers. Personally, I always turn offers on and I turn the minimum amount off, just because if somebody offers me a number higher than the bare minimum, which from the example is like $4 or $5, then I generally accept it, just that way so product keeps on moving and I'm still not losing money. So next is the shipping method, and I'm going to try to simplify this section as much as I possibly can. If you're shipping something that's less than 1 pound, it'll give you the first class option, and if it does, I would just go ahead and use that option, mostly because it's generally the cheapest one. If you choose to ship with first class, FedEx or UPS, you can always use the plain brown boxes or those bubble mailers that you can find from some dollar stores. Now, if you need to ship something via UPS, you can get boxes from the post office itself, or you can go online to get free boxes from USPS.com. The thing about shipping with USPS is you have to make sure that the method you pick matches the box that you're actually using, or else they're gonna have you either go back and repack it, or you're gonna have to pay full price to get that item shipped out. So after you finish everything within the listings, you always want to go to the very bottom and hit preview listing, just to make sure everything looks right, make sure everything's in its right place. If you don't like something, you can always go back into the listing and change it, but for the sake of this video, we are done. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you'd like to join the journey, you can always hit the subscribe button below. If you like what I'm doing here, please hit the like button. And if you don't like what I'm doing here, you can leave it down in the comments below on what I need to improve on, and I'll work on it. So till next time, guys. Peace.